Some very sad news out of Los Angeles tonight. Lisa Marie Presley, the only daughter of the king of rock and roll Elvis Presley, has died. The 54-year-old was rushed to the hospital this morning, and her mother, Precilla, confirmed her death tonight. Her mother describing her as the most passionate, strong, and loving woman she had ever known. Tim Pulliam is in Los Angeles with more tonight.
Tonight, Lisa Marie Presley, the daughter of the late, great rock and roll singer Elvis Presley, is dead, according to her mother's publicist. Precilla Presley releasing this statement to the Associated Press. It is with a heavy heart that I must share the devastating news that my beautiful daughter, Lisa Marie, has left us. She was the most passionate, strong, and loving woman I have ever known. The announcement comes just hours after Presley was rushed to the hospital Thursday morning. First responders arriving to the singer's home 30 miles outside of Los Angeles following a report of a woman in cardiac arrest, according to a local fire department spokesperson. Presley was still showing signs of life after EMS performed CPR. Once she was hospitalized, Precilla Presley asked fans to pray. During her life, Lisa Marie Presley made headlines for her music, 20 years ago releasing the chart-topping album To Whom It May Concern. Her marriages and divorces to actor Nicolas Cage and the king of pop, Michael Jackson, kept her in the tabloids. In 2020, Lisa Marie suffered perhaps her deepest loss, the death of her son, Benjamin, by suicide. Lisa Marie Presley is survived by her 3 other children. She was last seen this week at the Golden Globes celebrating actor Austin Butler's win for playing her father in Elvis. She called his performance mind-blowing. Lisa Marie Presley was 54. Tim Pulliam, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And Lisa Marie Presley spent a lot of time here in Las Vegas over the years. And of course, her father, Elvis, a popular Las Vegas headliner for many years. In fact, 2 of Lisa Marie's former husbands have called Las Vegas home. Actor Nicolas Cage, who she was married to Presley from 2002 to 2004, and the late Michael Jackson, the king of pop, was married to Presley from 1994 to 1996. And tonight, we spoke exclusively with a very close friend and longtime real estate agent to Michael Jackson, Zar Zanganeh of the agency.
Michael and I were in a property that he was very interested in, and he was asking me who the neighbors are. And without thinking very much, I said, you know, one of our other clients, Nicolas Cage, lives directly across the street. And Michael, who's always very soft-spoken and very modest, for the first time ever seemed very machismo to me. And he said, well, I was married to her first. And I said, what do you mean, Michael? He said, she was mine first. And I said, what was yours first? He said, Lisa was my first love. He said, we were friends since we were kids, and he was my wife before he married Nick. And he was very possessive. And then we sat down on the bed, and he was telling me about how they were such good friends, and they were childhood friends, and he was in love with her. And he said him and Nick bonded because they had Lisa Marie as a wife in common.
And Zar says Lisa Marie Presley and Michael Jackson really connected over growing up in the spotlight. And going in depth tonight on Presley's sudden passing, we know 54-year-old Lisa Marie went into cardiac arrest and was given CPR by her ex-husband. At the hospital, she was put in an induced coma and put on life support before she later died. While Lisa Marie suffered cardiac arrest, her father Elvis and his mother both died of heart attacks. And I spoke with Dr. Jim Andrus tonight about hereditary heart issues.
So there is a chance that this was a hereditary situation.
By all means, it's very likely that it is hereditary. They most likely had some hereditary coronary artery disease, whether it be the way that they manage their fatty acids and their cholesterol, or whether they have diabetes running in their family, or they have some autoimmune process that inflames the blood vessels that causes them to get clot formation.
Dr. Andrus recommends making it an annual priority to be on top of your heart health. And the Westgate releasing a statement tonight on the news of Lisa Marie's passing, saying in part, all of us at the Westgate are deeply saddened, and their thoughts and prayers go to Precilla and the entire Presley family. The Westgate, which was formerly the International, is where Elvis Presley frequently performed here in Las Vegas. And tonight, Las Vegas Mayor Carolyn Goodman received the news during her State of the City address, and here's what she had to say.
I don't mean to put you on the spot here, but while you were speaking, Lisa Marie Presley, news just broke, has passed away at the age of
Oh, no.
Of course, his daughter. I don't know if you had a reaction to that.
Oh my God, that is such tragic news. Oh my goodness, because I can remember the number of times that Oscar and I would go ahead and go see Elvis, and then of course see him in the start of his career. Oh, what a tragedy. What a tragedy and what a loss.
And this coming 2 days after Lisa Marie Presley attended the Golden Globes, actor Austin Butler won the award for Best Actor in a Dramatic Motion Picture for his portrayal of her father in the film Elvis. He called Elvis an icon and a rebel and said he loves him, but also thanked Lisa and her mother Precilla.
And the Presley family, thank you guys. Thank you for opening your hearts, your memories, your home to me. Lisa Marie, Precilla, I love you forever.
And we will continue to follow the latest on the death of Lisa Marie Presley on air and online at KTNV.com.